Hey, man, how you doing today, B-Rich?
Man, I'm doing pretty good today, man. I feel really good about what's going on in the future, man. And we have a gang full of episodes that we have done.
Man,
I was just thinking about that.
Tell me about what's going on in the future, man. What are you so happy about today?
Well, I mean, just happy about life. Even though it's a gloomy day, happy about life. I feel good about
There we go.
Feel good about the Waterboyz Show.
There we go.
Feel good about how you guys are supporting us. Our Champ Bailey episode that we put out a couple days ago. You say it's at 200,000 views on Instagram and TikTok. Another 100,000?
Yeah, it's going crazy. Going crazy.
So,
one of the clips that we did about the top 3 toughest receivers here.
Yeah. And you know what I am frustrated about?
What?
We're doing so good on Facebook, but Facebook dinged us and then said we wasn't penalized. It was an accident, and they won't allow us to be monetized.
Oh, no, man. It'll come.
Hey, if anybody know how to fix that, man, please hit us up in the DM, because Facebook don't have no numbers. You can't call them. They do it on purpose.
They definitely do that on purpose, man.
And I'm happy about life, man.
Yeah, well, you should be.
Yeah, for sure.
You should be, man. Well, look, a lot of good things been going on, man. We put out one of our first Atlanta hometown hater skits.
Oh, man.
Man, with Steeler Mike, with my partner Black Mike, who actually is a Steelers fan.
Oh.
He actually is a Steelers fan.
So did he call you or say anything to you?
I mean, he talks trash every time the Falcons play the Steelers. I don't be wanting to hear that, but he talks trash.
Oh,
and
so
yes,
he really caught it.
And yes, he hit me up, and he had something to say about the Steelers kicking field goals on their way to a victory to beat the Atlanta Falcons back in week 1.
It reminds me of your cousin that's a Panthers fan. Like, I remember when the Panthers was up, he used to hit you up. So
oh, yeah.
Yeah, but the Panthers got their ass whooped.
But look, it's going so bad for him. He called me during the game. I said, cuz, I'm in the stadium. Now, this week 1, he calls me. I'm like, cuz, I'm in the stadium. I can't hear. He said, I just want to say one thing. I'm like, cuz, I can't hear. So he hangs up. Then he texts me. Cuz I hate the Panthers. I was like, man, what's going on?
Oh, man. Kind of remind you of the year when we had Joey Harrington.
Man, I'm like, man, I mean, it's rough. I'm like, what's going on, cuz you hate the Panthers? He loves the Panthers, man.
I know.
Yeah,
I remember.
Yeah, man.
Talking cash junk to us.
Man, I mean, well, since we talking NFC South team.
Okay.
I mean, we talked about how we lost in week 1.
Yes.
Talked about the Panthers looking like they struggling. I can only speak on week 1. I don't know how the rest of the season is going to pan out. But the Bucs, man, I was telling folks that the Bucs will probably be someone we may need to watch out for.
Hey, I just remember, I forgot who they played, but I know Baker Mayfield had 3 touchdowns. He was balling out, scrambling, throwing the ball. Who did they play?
Man, they played the Washington Commanders in week 1.
So they played Dan Quinn's
they played
team.
the Washington Commanders in week 1.
Yeah.
Man, when I look at it, like, it's just me being objective. Hey, look, I got a Drake London jersey. And so I love Drake London. So don't say I'm hating on the home team, but I will say this. When I look across the NFC South, Falcons, Panthers, Saints, and Bucs, the Bucs to me are the only team that has a true dominant number 1 wide receiver. And they have a quarterback that when he's on, he's on.
So you talking about Mike Evans, right?
Talking about Mike Evans.
Yeah.
Talking about Mike, who I think is doesn't get the praise that I feel like he should with his level of play.
Well, if I remember correctly, I don't think he was a big Baker Mayfield fan, or was that Doug?
I mean, Baker Mayfield, I think Baker Mayfield can play. I think he's prone to mistakes. Mm-hmm. I think he is prone to making mistakes, but I mean, hey, so is our quarterback.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So is our quarterback. Our quarterback is a quarterback that I think a lot of people would say, all right, he can play when he's on, but he's prone to making mistakes at the wrong time. That's how I view Baker Mayfield.
Okay.
So when he's on, he's on. And then, of course, the Saints in week 1, man, they just demolished the Panthers, who I just told you. My cousin
the Saints look unstoppable, didn't they?
I mean, was it them?
Or was it the Panthers?
Yeah, I mean, because I think Bryce Young threw 1 or 2 interceptions. Oh. And, man, it started out real rough for them.
You know what? I can see why your cousin say he hate the Panthers. Think about this. They traded up their number 1 pick to get Bryce Young. Which ended up being another number 1 pick that the Bears got.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And then you watching C.J. Stroud out there just balling.
And they didn't have to trade up. They could have kept their number 1, got C.J. Stroud, and had a number 1.
Well, now C.J. Stroud would have been gone because where did they come from? Like, I think they came from like the number 6 or something like that.
Okay.
I think they traded. But look, enough talk about everybody else. Today, man, this is an episode where we only focusing on two teams.
On who?
One team is the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh yeah.
And the other team is the team that we love to hate, man. We're gonna call this like, I'm not a person that believes in hate, and I don't hate them with my heart. But when it comes to football, I'm a Falcons fan, man. And I can't stand them New Orleans Saints.
I hate them.
I can't stand
I got hate in my heart for the
Man, you got hate in your heart.
Fuck
got
this
real
Saints.
hate.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, say it again, man.
Fuck this Saints. I'm sorry. We try not to cuss y'all.
Man, I'm talking about, man, you really, that cuts you deep just to even hear the name.
Man.
New Orleans Saints. We call them the Aints around this part.
The Aints, the Saints, Aints, shit. There we go.
Man, whoa. Hey, man, so look, we're going to speak on the Saints and the Falcons today, man, because this is the week that the Falcons and Saints will be playing.
Okay.
And this is rivalry week. This is hate week between the Falcons and the Saints, man.
Okay. All right.
So talk about it, man. How were you introduced to the rivalry of the Falcons and the Saints?
Well, I can say I became a Falcon fan in 1980 when we lost to the Cowboys. So during that time, you know, I'm a young kid. I'm watching all the highlights I can of the Falcons. You know what I mean? And so it's just learned that we hate the Saints. You know, it's like we don't like them. You know, we travel to go to their place and we hate them. They hate us. They come here. You know, it's like big shit talking. You know what I mean? So, and I think because they were both, you know, brought in around the same time. I don't know the exact year, but they were both sorry. The Saints suck and the Falcons suck. Yep. And like that was, you know, we're going to get a victory when you play the Saints. So they thought that as well. So it became a good hometown rivalry for each team. I think, I don't know the race as far as Saints fans, if it's a black city, but I would think it is. New Orleans, I'm not sure. And I don't
It's a lot of black people in New Orleans, of course.
And it's a lot of black people in Atlanta.
100%.
So I think like it's something fun for us fans to kind of get back. Because, you know, our culture, we like to talk shit towards each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think the white Saint fans don't like the white Falcons fans.
I don't know.
No, I do know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would say, but
it's the same way across the board.
Okay,
Falcons
cool.
and Saints.
Across the board. All right, so it ain't. All right, so the white folks hate the white Saint fans.
But I mean, we speaking from our perspective and our experience.
Yeah, exactly.
But just let you know.
But that's good. Go white folks. Hate the Saints. Yeah, go Atlanta white folks. I fuck with y'all for that. Let's go. I'm serious.
But it is all the way around. I think if you're a Falcons fan, you feel a certain kind of way about the Saints.
Yeah.
No matter what your race is,
now,
I think you feel a way about the Saints.
Now you say introduce. I can't really think of a game except why this game coming in my head, and I was already a Falcon fan. But in 1992, the Atlanta Falcons, back in black, Jerry Glanville, the MC Hammer, Too Legit to Quit. I just think about the Deion, Tim McCarr picking the ball off, throwing it to Deion running it. Then he makes an illegal lateral to Joe Fishburne. He scores a touchdown, but it was like, everybody's like, get down, we're going to win the game. But we didn't give a damn. We took it to the house. So I think about that game, man. Like, it was a playoff game. The Saints was like, they had came up on us, man, and we was about to lose, and we won in the last minute in overtime, man. That shit was great. You know what I'm saying? That shit was good.
Well, you know, anytime, man, that you can beat the Saints for a Falcon fan, it feels good. And like you said, to take it back, both teams were sorry. Both teams would put bags over their faces, man. And I mean, that's how I really first identified with the Saints. Bag heads. Yeah. Paper bag heads.
I remember that.
Man.
I remember that.
Paper bag heads.
I think about Archie Manning, too, and they had a, I can't think of the running back. They had a really good running back. It's not Craig Ironhead. It was somebody before him. It'll come to my mind. I'll let you know.
Yeah, man. But yeah, like, man,
I'm going to call him Buddy for now.
Call him Buddy. Old Buddy.
Old Buddy.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, if we say Buddy, then you already know, man. We're talking about somebody that we don't know, but we need to know his name, Buddy. Yeah. All right? That's some Atlanta stuff, all right? Man, but, like, my first introduction that I can remember saying to myself, man, I just don't like these folks, man. Being in Fulton County Stadium and the Falcons playing the Saints, and I just remember it was this dude who was a Saints fan, and he was so loud. He was I can't remember how many rows. I was a small child, but I just remember he was standing up there and he was just hunching. He just was hunching the air, talking trash. F them Falcons. And he just was hunching.
Oh, he was hunching.
And he just was hunching out. F them Falcons. I just remember looking at myself and thinking, man, like I was a child, man, I had to be, I don't know, maybe 7, 8, 9 years old, something like that. And I just remember thinking to myself, I remember this vividly, thinking to myself, man, that Saints nigga is crazy.
Hey, let me ask you this. Was he saying F or was he saying the whole word?
Man, you know what he was saying. You know what F means, man.
In front of a little kid?
Hey, man, he just was hunching the air. He just was hunching the air. He was doing this, hunching the air. If you can imagine, he was just hunching the air. And I just remember, I looked back and I thought to myself, this nigga from the Saints is crazy.
So you was thinking nigga at 7 years old?
Yeah, I was, man.
You a real Atlanta nigga.
Hey, man, that ain't like that's the first time I had heard the word.
Yeah,
now, come on now.
No, I know.
Come on now.
Hey.
Yeah, I was a kid. I was thinking to myself, man.
What grade are you in when you're in
guy,
seventh grade?
This guy, man, I was a grade ahead of myself, so I can't remember, man.
Oh, my bad.
I can't remember.
Smarty Artie?
Yeah, I was a grade ahead of myself. I can't remember what grade I was in.
Okay.
I don't know. It could have been 3rd, 4th, I don't know, man. I could have been the Black Doogie Howser, man, in college. You know what I'm saying? For all you know, man. Who knows?
I ain't heard that name in years.
But I just remember the atmosphere around the stadium. Just the atmosphere around the stadium.
Did we win the game?
Tailgate.
Did we win?
Man, I can't remember. I can't remember that particular game.
Falcons.
I can't remember, but I just remember the atmosphere around the stadium whenever we would play the Saints. And like you say, it got passed down. I remember like my dad, he had his feelings about the Saints. And so that's how I developed my own feelings though when I saw the dude F the Falcons, man, hunching the air. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
The Saints huncher. That's what we gonna call him. Hey, I don't know where you at, brother. But you are now named the Saints Huncher. The Saints Huncher, man. The Saints Huncher. The Huncher from the Saints.
Huncho Saint.
Man, he just was hunching the air, man, saying F the Falcons.
Man, that's hilarious.
And I remember that like it was yesterday. I remember that like it was yesterday, man.
Hey, if you need a clip of somebody hunching, go to the Bet I Bust on that and just get me when I'm hunching. I think that'd be funny. Man,
but you know, it's good old exactly. Whoa, you know what I'm saying? But it's good old, it's good old fashioned. It's good old fashioned sports hate. Right? It's no real hard feelings. Falcons and Saints fans, man, we talk trash, but it's all good, man. Nobody gonna talk trash about the Saints. Nobody gonna talk trash about the Falcons like Saints fans about the Falcons and like Falcons fans about the Saints, man. It's all good, man. It's all good. I ain't tripping, man, at all, man. But we've had some very memorable moments.
Oh,
like
man.
you just brought up that playoff moment. I know it's one play.
Oh, man.
That you like to talk about in particular.
I do.
Man.
And I'll tell you about it. 1978, the Falcons in the Superdome. You know my boy, Steve Bartkowski. It's when the term Big Ben comes in because, you know, he threw it all in the way in there. So he drops back. He's about at like the 30, almost to the 30-yard line of the Saints. I mean, of the Falcons. He hauls it. Who's it? Woo, like a bomb. It comes down around the 15-yard line. It hits a Falcon. It bounces off a Falcon and a Saint. And Alfred Jackson catches the ball, takes it in the end zone. Touchdown, game over. I know that had to hurt. And it was at the Saints.
Ooh, I bet that gumbo tasted real nasty for them after that.
Man,
boy.
they
They
was
couldn't
mad.
stand it.
Oh, yeah, they was mad. I got another one, too.
Okay.
It's a couple years ago.
Okay.
So we're having a horrible season. Our season's terrible. We want to lose because we want to up our way in the draft pick. Man, my boy Menace all the way from New Orleans calls me. Yeah, the Falcons taking the ass whooping. Ha, 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 y'all about to lose this game. Bruh, all I remember is a bomb being thrown to Cordell Patterson. He catches the ball, and we win the game. I was happy and mad at the same time because I wanted us to lose to get a good pick. But I was happy to call that man back and say, yeah, Ninja, we won.
Hey, man.
You remember that game?
I do, man. Anytime, man, that we can beat the Saints, man, it's a happy moment, man.
Yeah, that was a good game right there.
Man, you know, I hear people say, you know, which is funny when you think about it because at the end of the day, we want to win, right? But people say it doesn't matter who we lose to in the entire season as long as we beat the Saints.
That's been like that for years.
Man, do you feel the same way?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't want to lose to the Saints or the Bucks, for sure. But I definitely don't want to lose to the Saints.
Man, so you feel the same way about the Bucks that you do the Saints?
I don't want to lose to the Bucks. Just because of Rich McKay came and, we had Matt Bryant came from there. It's just a lot of moving parts. I don't like the Bucks. They're becoming a good rivalry for us as well.
Man, I don't even. That's crazy. I don't even think
you don't
about
feel that?
I don't even look at the Bucks as a rivalry. I just look at them as a division rival.
I think
I know we play them twice, and we need to be ahead of them.
Who else would be a rival for us? The Saints and who else?
Man, in my opinion, it's just
Carolina.
The Saints. No, in my opinion, it's just the Saints.
Yeah.
It's just that's
like some college football.
It's just
Auburn, Georgia.
Now, of course, division wise. Like we need to beat the Panthers and we need to beat the Bucks, but like you said, like that college rivalry, like
ain't nothing like that.
Like Alabama, Auburn, Georgia, Auburn, Georgia Tech. You know what I mean? Texas, Oklahoma. That's how the Falcons and the Saints are.
Yeah, facts. That's facts.
Now look, mind you, this not a rivalry like that, but because of what happened, and we won't stay on it long, but because of what happened in 2016. Anytime we play the Patriots, I want the Falcons to beat them. I don't care. And until I leave this earth, when we play the Patriots, we better win. We better win. We better. I don't want to see the Patriots celebrating a W on the Falcons.
I don't even want Tom Brady calling a Falcons game.
Man, well, you know what? If he's calling the game, that may mean we'd have made it to the Super Bowl because if it's on Fox, they're going to have him on the 18. What about that? Would you feel like Tom Brady would put some bad juju on it?
Nah, we broke that.
Okay.
We broke that.
Okay.
Not happening.
Okay. All right, then.
For sure.
All right. Well, energy is real.
It is.
Energy is real.
It's real.
Well,
the players can feel it.
Man, that energy is real. Man, so look, when we talk about being happy, as long as we get to beat the Saints, it's also times where I'm sure the Saints, they celebrate.
Oh, man.
I'm sure y'all Saints fans
That's all they
celebrate.
say. That's all they say.
First
thing they say.
When we lost the Super Bowl.
28-3.
Man, I almost think some of them are probably training their children that to be their first words.
28-3.
28-3. I'm talking about the first words. 28-3.
They just wake up. 28-3.
28-3.
I believe you.
28-3.
I believe y'all.
They celebrate. But guess what, though?
What?
We have celebrated at some of the misery as well.
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you, man, if I remember correctly, I want to say it was 2017. I want to say it was the next season.
And look, where was the Super Bowl at?
Man, the Super Bowl was going to be...
in Atlanta?
In Atlanta.
In Atlanta. Georgia.
No.
It was.
It was going to be in Atlanta.
Yeah, sure. Because if they would have won that game, they would have went to the Super Bowl here, and people was buying billboards.
Well, they wouldn't have gone... They wouldn't have made it to the Super Bowl off of that game. They would have made it... They would have made it to the NFC Championship game.
You sure?
I'm going to tell you what happened. Let me break it down for you.
Please.
2017. We had just lost the night before to the Eagles.
Yes.
The Eagles made the NFC Championship game by losing to us. So that lets you know it was one more game to be played. The Minnesota Vikings and the Saints are playing. The Saints got the game in hand. It looks like it's over. You even got Sean Payton on the sideline doing the Vikings scold, whatever it is, making fun of them. Here it is, man, coming down to a last play. Didn't look like they had a chance. Case Keenum drops back. He throws it. Stephon Diggs catches it. I don't know if the Saints man started doing the decking. I don't know if he was bang-head bouncing, but the man didn't make the tackle. Stephon Diggs runs it into the end zone for a W, push the Saints out of the playoffs on a last-second play.
I remember that.
And we celebrated and we danced in Atlanta.
I remember
Take that, Saints fans.
Yes.
We celebrated.
Yes.
And then from there, that's when the Vikings went on to play the Eagles the next game in the NFC Championship game and got blown out.
Yep.
That's how that happened.
All right, I remember that.
Yeah.
What about the was that the same game?
So this what you thinking about. When you're talking about them getting ready to play in Atlanta, that was 2018. When they lost to the Rams in the NFC Championship game, when the pass interference call happened.
Oh, that was the game. That was the one when Super Bowl in Atlanta.
That's when the Super Bowl was in Atlanta because the Patriots beat the Falcons in 2016.
Okay.
2017,
we lost to the Eagles.
The Eagles beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
The next year, the Patriots beat the Rams in the Super Bowl here in Atlanta. That's the season, 2018, that the bad pass interference happened and it didn't get called for the Saints.
I
and then the Rams ended up.
Okay, talk about that play. I remember that play.
Man, you know what? I don't remember every last thing about that play.
I just remember it got cheated. Y'all got cheated.
And you know what, man? I'm
happy.
gonna be honest, man. And I know, but it's gonna be a lot of Falcon fans that's gonna hate me for saying this. I couldn't even celebrate when they got cheated because, listen,
Shitting me.
I ain't gonna lie. This is just me. I don't care if it's my rival. I don't care.
Shitting me.
Well, I'm just
That felt
just
good.
telling you my
you're a stand-up guy.
I'm gonna tell you my perspective. I like to see people get beat fair and square.
Man.
I don't like to see people get cheated.
I won't.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't care how bad I want you to lose. I don't want to see you get cheated. I want to see you lose fair and square. Because I believe you should be able to play a fair game. That's just me now.
I want to see some remember the Titans on the Saints.
What happened?
Oh, you remember how
about the dude with the coach and
he just kept calling flags.
Coach Coon and all that, man.
I want to see something. Yeah, man.
No, man, you know, I can't even be happy about this.
Happy.
I can't even be happy about it.
I would, Trey.
But I'm gonna tell you a game though that was ridiculous. Well, we were getting cheated. Now it didn't cost us the entire game. Meaning like this not a last second play, but I felt like we were getting cheated. We were playing the Saints, and man, it's like the ref kept throwing. I remember we had like a 1st and like 40 something. Man, do you remember that? Devontae Freeman was our running back. I can't remember the year it was. We were playing the Saints. And I think we were in New Orleans. And, man, we ended up with a 1st and, like, 40 or a 1st and 35. I've never seen anything like it. They were calling the most foolish penalties on the Falcons again and again and again and again. Now, I felt like they were cheating us on that one. But, nah, man, I couldn't even celebrate that game against the Rams. I celebrated against the Vikings, though. Hey, when they lost to the Vikings,
you know what I hated, bro? Like, one of the guys I hate the most. Like, this for us playing the Saints, this game I hated the most. By far was the game after the flood and everybody was
after Katrina, the first time they came back
to the Superdome, man. And bruh, why do we have to play them the first game back? It's like it was scripted. All right, we're gonna let them get their ass whooped. But they blocked that punt, man, and scored that touchdown. So now we ain't never recovered from that since.
Man. How were you feeling, man?
I was disgusted.
I
was disgusted. I remember I was in Miami. We had just did our deal. We were at Jim Johnson's studio. And, man, I seen that dude come in and block that kick and run it back. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And we got blown out that game, bro. And I just was like, I guess, you know, like I definitely have compassion for people. You know, as far as the city of New Orleans, like my home, but one of my closest friends, Menace, he's from New Orleans, you know, with the sports rivalry, that's one thing. So I was happy that, you know, they got a chance to come back from that.
Yeah.
And I will give that.
Get a little bit of normalcy back after the tragedy of Katrina.
Now I give them that, but damn, it didn't have to come at our expense. What you thought about the play? That game?
Man, I remember being at the house. Bo Hagan, Peso, a lot of the boys there. Quack was there, man. We were talking big trash. I was back at the crib. Mm-hmm. We were talking big trash, man. I'm like, nah, man. Falcons finna take this. Because I think the Saints had won, like, their first 2 games. They had beat the Browns. They had beat somebody else. And here we go. Falcons and the Saints playing.
It was like 2007-8, right?
2006, I think 2006, because Vic was still our quarterback.
6, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, Vic was still our quarterback that game. Because I remember Crumpler catching a touchdown from Vic in that game. So like one of the few touchdowns we scored.
October,
so I think
November,
it was 2006. And so I just remember we were talking trash. We said the Falcons were gonna win, and man, they put foots. They put foots up in the Falcons. I can't even lie. They beat the mess out the Falcons when we stepped back for that punt. Like it was already like we were already getting snowed on, right? It was like the Falcons were already getting snowed on, right? It's like you out in the blizzard. It's already bad. You can barely see. But when that punt happened, it's like the avalanche finally fell. And it's like now you're done. And from that point on, like I think we all knew, like, man, just now how you talk about energy. I think we all knew. Momentum-wise, energy, everything was behind the Saints this particular evening. Yeah. We didn't stand a chance. It was one of those games that, you know, they brag about it. It gets talked about a lot. It's one of the plays that is infamous in the Saints and Falcons rivalry. It didn't work out for us, but, I mean, it happened. It is what it is.
All right, Mr. Elephant Man. And the reason I'm calling you that, because you got a good memory. This coming to my...
Man, wasn't the Elephant Man like some ugly dude, man? Like
I'm talking about your memory.
Let me tell you something, man. Hey, man, I know my wife think I'm handsome. My wife think I'm handsome. Don't call me no Elephant Man.
Mr. Elephant Man.
Man called me the Elephant Man.
For your memory.
You say, man, you got a memory like an elephant. I ain't the Elephant Man, man.
Okay.
This man just called me deformed.
I didn't call you deformed. I said your memory.
Ugly and deformed.
Said you got a good memory. Now, our producer.
A deformed ninja with a good memory.
That's what he just called you.
Go ahead, man. I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you.
Why is this sticking in my mind? Brett Favre threw an interception. Was that that's when they went to the Super Bowl?
And let me tell you something, man. That's one of the reasons I can't stand Brett Favre to this day. We sitting there, we on the road.
He's on the Vikings, right? He's playing for the Vikings.
Brett Favre is on the Vikings. We all excited. It looks like the New Orleans Saints about to get put out the playoffs. Because what year is this? This the year that they went on to win the Super Bowl.
Yes.
This was the NFC Championship game.
That was it. So this the game that they went to Super Bowl on?
Yes. Vikings had the ball. I can't remember if it was overtime or before overtime. Whatever was going on.
Yeah.
Brett Favre had a chance to have them in position to win the game.
Yeah.
This man, like he always does, Brett interception, lead the league in interception, throws a pick.
I remember that.
And the New Orleans Saints end up winning the game. I will never forgive you, Brett Favre.
Okay.
I will never forgive you for that. Brett Favre.
You know what? It makes sense.
I never forgive you.
It makes sense.
I know.
The episode we had with Doug, and you was not giving. I was like, I didn't know why, but now you know what? Fuck Brett Favre. I ain't even thought about that, bro.
I'm not giving Brett Favre no props. And then the Saints went on to win the Super Bowl, man. They won the Super Bowl.
I get it.
You know what, man? Hey, it is what it is.
Man.
You know what I mean?
We gotta get one, man.
Like that's the
We
one
gotta get a
thing.
chip. They got
man, look, I don't care where we are or what's going on. That's the one thing they always say.
28-3.
Get you a ring. Get you a ring. Get you a ring, Falcons.
We're gonna get one.
Get you a ring. That's the main thing they say. But guess what, though? Guess what? We still gonna whoop y'all. We still gonna whoop y'all.
But Trey, we gotta get a ring.
We still gonna whoop y'all.
We gotta get a ring,
man,
though.
It's coming.
We got to.
One day. One day.
We'll be together.
Man, I feel like little boy King. I feel like little boy King, boy. One day.
Oh, my God.
One day.
Trey.
I feel like the little boy King, man. I'm trying to tell you,
I know
man.
what it feel like to win one for 3 quarters.
Man, we're not going down that rabbit.
I know, I'm just saying.
We're not going down that rabbit.
I know the feeling, though.
We're not going.
I know I can feel it.
I'm not going.
I can taste it.
I don't even want to indulge in too much conversation on that. I don't even want to indulge on
All right,
too
let's
much
go. All right,
conversation.
all right, we got to talk about some positive. What's some more positive?
Man, I mean, it's all positive, man.
Super Bowl year, we were there.
It's hate week. So look, let's take a break from the past.
All right.
What do you expect to see from the Falcons when we play the Saints
This
season? 2024.
I expect to see Matthew Judon and Grady Jarrett sacking Derek Carr 8 times. 8 times for that 28-3. That 8. I want 8, for the 28. I expect Captain Cousins. I expect him, Captain Kirk, to have a tremendous game. A tremendous game to where he sets NFL records against the Saints. I expect us to win, man. A blowout. Don't play with them, man. I mean, the Saints look good. I want to see us. Have we had a blowout for the Saints in a minute?
A blowout. I can't remember. I don't think we've just blown the Saints out in a minute. I can't think of just a blowout. What?
Whoa.
I was just waiting for that. I knew it was coming.
We talking about a blowout.
Nah, ain't nothing you. Look, bro. Bro, we talking about the Saints. I'm not. I just waiting for that.
Listen, hey.
Hey, man. What's wrong with you?
I don't think y'all say
Hey, Aaron Woe Pittman.
I mean, we said a blowout for the Saints. I don't.
Yeah.
that's on y'all. I'm not included.
Okay.
Look at his laugh. Look at Grant.
Anyway, man, I don't know what.
I'm
I
sorry.
don't know what this
I'm
guy.
sorry, Trey.
Y'all just hijacked the conversation and took it. I don't know where y'all taking the conversation.
That's hilarious.
Right now, we're talking about if the Atlanta Falcons have blown out the Saints. Man, but.
What's wrong with him? You can't blame me for this. You can't blame
I'm
me.
sorry, back in 2006 and 7 when we used to be on the road, because your ass was really on that shit. Gary.
I mean, I didn't even hear anything that was. Neither of us said anything that
I'm
was.
sorry, man.
But nobody said anything that was.
You did.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
We're talking about the Atlanta Falcons giving a blowout to the
I did.
Saints.
I said the Atlanta Falcons in a blowout.
Okay.
You been spending too much time in Midtown, bro.
Oh, wow.
You been. But anyway, man.
Wow.
Hey, man, sit your ass down, man.
Man, look, man. Look. Man, since y'all done tried to derail the whole
I'm
show,
sorry. We
man,
did,
like,
man.
geez,
Let's
man.
get it back
Trying to
on
have a
track.
sports conversation,
I know, man.
man.
I'm sorry, Trey.
Jeez,
My
man.
bad.
What is happening,
You said,
man?
Jeez.
Jeez.
I ain't never heard you say jeez.
Like, well, look, man, 2024, right? When we play the Saints, I mean, this is just my personal feelings, right?
All right.
Before I get into to real like X's and O's, my personal feelings.
All right.
My personal feelings are, man, we need to get rid of Cam Jordan just sacking the quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
I'm tired of seeing Cam Jordan killing our quarterbacks. So Caleb Coleslaw, I need to see that's Caleb McGarry for those that don't know. Until he shows me that he can block, his name is Caleb Coleslaw.
And why do you call him coleslaw?
Man, because he's the side that don't nobody want. Nobody wants that side. If he was at a barbecue, he would be left on the table. Everybody would be eating mama's ribs, mama's mac and cheese, mama's fried chicken, mama's baked beans with the ground turkey in them. Yeah, she even put the brown sugar in it too. Ooh, make it look. It's funny how we do it. We throw the ground turkey like that's healthy, but then we load it up with brown sugar. We love it though. I love it too. You know what I'm
Is it
saying?
the coleslaw with the raisins in it?
Man, raisins, is that a thing? Is that like a real thing?
No, I just remember
Caleb
reading-
McGarry, Caleb Coleslaw, you the type to show up to a cookout with coleslaw, brother.
With raisins in it.
So until Caleb Coleslaw shows that he knows how to block, that is his name. But we need to protect our quarterback
At all times.
from Cam Jordan. Cam Jordan has had too many good games. He be popping off online. Boy, I'm talking about he be cracking jokes. He be thanking Matt Ryan he thanks Matt Ryan for his resume because he sacked Matt Ryan more than any other quarterback that he's sacked.
Wow.
I mean, you know, he's had a lot of sacks against the Falcons, but when we get to this dude right here, this guy right here.
That went off my head.
Hey,
But he's had a
like,
bunch of sex.
seriously, man. Can we just get to the show?
I'm sorry.
Seriously, man. Can we get to the show? Like now that I can understand why he would laugh at that one. that one was actually
Funny.
woe worthy, right?
Whoa, worthy.
Like that one was actually woe worthy.
I've never seen two W's
All right.
put together like that.
Man, but when we play them this year, when we get to okay, so without me being able to just really dig deep into the Saints offense and knowing like every last thing about it, when we look at them, we might initially say, hey, do the Saints have any like dominant number one wide receiver? I spoke earlier how Mike Evans, to me, was the only real dominant, true number one in the division. Not saying there are not other number ones.
Yeah.
I'm talking about dominant.
Yeah.
I can't speak for who may be a dominant receiver on their team, but they still have that weapon from Georgia, and that's Alvin Kamara. So they still got Alvin Kamara coming out the backfield. Derek Carr at times can be like our own Kirk Cousins, meaning when he's on, he can be on. And so we're going to have to make him uncomfortable. We're going to have to keep him from getting on. I feel like he's one of those all quarterbacks, when you put pressure on them, they start to get a little flustered. He seems to get flustered more than most. So we really need to put pressure on him and on the quarterback position when we play them. And another thing, and I'm telling you, I don't want to see Taysom Hill running no touchdowns. I'm sick and tired of seeing this big dude out there running touchdowns, trucking cornerbacks and safeties over on his way to the end zone. You know he ain't finna throw no. You know he's not finna throw any good passes, but yet we still allow this dude to truck through our defense and run touchdowns. I don't want to see it, and I don't believe in their coach. And we need to make sure we shut that down. And I feel like when it comes to our offense, put it on the ground. Put it on the ground. Put it on the ground. Let's get the running game going. Then let's go over the top. Work Kyle Pitts, man. Hey, man, let's get this dub. Falcons gonna beat the Saints.
For sure. I agree.
Yeah, man.
Stamp that.
Man, look, we better. Because if we allow the New Orleans Saints to come in here after facing the Steelers, Eagles, and Goat Mahomes, and we allow the Saints to come in and get a W, a lot of that good energy that you say we got to have out into that atmosphere, a lot of that energy is going to start to be washed away a little.
Yeah, we got to do something.
It's going to start to wash away, my brother.
Come on, Raheem.
You know what I'm saying?
Guys.
Because
we got to get this with dub.
Man, that's one of those games to where if we want to continue to build the city up, if we want to continue to build it, when I say build the city up, I mean build up their hopes in the Falcons, build up their belief in the Falcons, build up our excitement in the Falcons. You have to beat the Saints. We cannot allow the Saints to come into our building and beat us.
Yeah, for sure.
End of story.
Thank you, sir.
I don't know what is going on here. These guys passing out drinks. My brother didn't ask me did I want any water. It's okay. It's okay. No, I'm good. Be Rich is a star. Make sure he gets a cup.
No, he got the hoofing cough, man.
He got it when I was coughing.
He got the hoofing cough.
The hoofing.
Jeez.
The whooping.
I thought it was the whooping cough.
He said the hoof.
I've been calling it
the hoofing cough.
That's what he got.
No, I don't. The hoofing cough.
Man, anyway, man, listen, y'all derailed. This man called it. No, I actually have a water. I'm just talking trash, man. I'm good. I come prepared.
There is no water in there.
I brought me a water.
Thank you, bro. I was thinking like, I hope he brings it.
I brought
Kill me with that coffee.
I brought my own water, man. But look, to go back some more, man, like when we talk about how in this rivalry, a team winning the game in another team's stadium and how that can affect that team's momentum, right? Now, I can't say that we derailed their season this particular time, but one time we snatched their momentum in a game. It was one of the greatest interceptions that I ever saw. Let's talk about interceptions.
Okay.
I'm gonna talk about this one first.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna talk about a player that in my opinion does not get mentioned enough when it comes to Falcons.
Who is this?
I'm about to talk about Brent. I'm gonna intercept that pass, Grimes.
Who? He was like
Brent Grimes.
He was like 4'2".
Man, don't do the man like that.
He was short.
That man was not 4'2".
Okay.
Man, listen, man, he is a celebrated player. That man was at least 5'9".
I like Brent
Don't
Grimes,
do him like
but he
that.
went to the Bucks.
Don't do him like that. And the man was getting a check.
He was 5'2".
The man was getting a check. Man, don't do Brent Grimes.
He was 5'2" that could jump out the gym.
Don't do Brent Grimes.
So how tall was he?
Man, you out here taking up for Kirk Cousins, taking up for these, and then you wanna call Brent Grimes 4'2", 5 foot. I'm offended.
All right, 5'5".
Man, don't do Brent
You
Grimes.
5'5".
Bro, why you doing Brent Grimes like that?
What, I'm 3 inches off?
Man, you can't don't do Brent Grimes like that. Don't do Brent Grimes like that.
Episode, whoa.
Brent Grimes. Man, you had to be about 5'9". Brent Grimes, you calling this man 5'9", 5'10". The man
He
may
was
have been
not no 5'9", 10".
Aaron, can you grab your phone, please, producer,
it's gonna be-
and do some read. Look up Brent Grimes. Tell us how tall Brent Grimes was. Anyway, down in New Orleans, the Falcons and the Saints. Drew Brees. I know he had to be like, who is this guy? That's what he was thinking. He was thinking, you know what? I got this. I'm about to throw this pass right over this man's head. He drops back, throws the pass. Brent Grimes, I swear this man jumped out the Superdome.
I told you could jump.
The man jumped out the Superdome.
I told you could.
Snatches Drew Brees' pass
out the air.
I'm talking about even Drew Brees looked like he was like, who is he and why didn't we sign him?
Exactly.
How tall is he?
5'10".
You done disrespected this man is your height. This man is your height.
First off,
So you're 4'5", you're 4'2", you're 5 foot, sir. This man is your height.
you can't believe.
Apologize to Brent Grimes, man.
You can't believe everything Google say.
Your camera's right there.
You
sir.
can't believe everything Google say.
That's your camera.
You cannot believe everything Google say.
That's your camera.
Definitely not that.
That's your camera.
I answered it.
Apologize to the man,
Brett
please.
Grimes, y'all, was 5'7". All right.
Please apologize to
No.
him. Come on, man.
No.
Apologize to the man.
I like you, Brett Grimes. You shouldn't have left.
Man, can you say, Brent Grimes, I'm sorry for calling you 4'2", man.
No.
Can you do that for me, man?
No.
Please, can you please? Can you please? Can
For
you
what?
please just put your pride to the side?
For what?
Just apologize to the man.
If
Brent Grimes is one of the...
Brett Grimes, if you come on the show,
Man,
I apologize for calling you 4'2".
he won't come on the show now
But if
because
you
you called the man 4'2".
but if you don't come on the show, you're 3'5".
Can we cut this TV off, man? It's all kind of stuff showing the background, folks shaving and stuff. Like, what does this guy have on in the background of the episode? Like, I don't know what y'all had planned before I got here, but it's not the atmosphere. This not the atmosphere. Man, let me tell you, I heard somebody say the other day, they said, create an environment that supports your focus.
That's good. I like that.
That's not an environment that supports my focus.
You think I knew the commercial was gonna come on?
Man, I'm talking about the TV
I
here.
was trying to have the sports center on.
But they weren't showing sports.
People killing each other.
Yeah, it was like some old history channel.
What had happened was when I turned the TV on.
Tuck the TV?
When I tucked the TV on, we had to edit a video, and when I edited the video, I forgot to turn it to the correct channel. So my bad.
Okay.
That's what happened.
All right, my brother. I got you.
All right. So I apologize for that.
My man, Aaron said this is the worst episode.
It's the best episode.
Well, I'm going to say this. I don't think so.
I think it's a good episode.
But the episode, now, in all fairness, is being derailed by extracurricular talking and lack of focus coming from the couch.
I want my soul.
But anyway, man, Brent Grimes, man, intercepted Drew Brees in one of the great Falcons versus the Saints.
On some serious fact, he jumped high as hell. I remember that.
Yes.
Everybody was like, wow.
Yeah.
And I think he ended up tearing his Achilles and came back and still was balling out.
Yeah, he tore his Achilles 2012, the year that we went to the NFC Championship game. I feel like had we had Brent Grimes could have maybe helped get us over the hump, along with a healthy John Abraham.
Man, we didn't have Grimes or Abraham.
Man, we lost Brent Grimes, I want to say, the first game of the year.
Damn.
I think we lost him the first game of the year against the Chiefs.
I told you, Elephant Man.
Yeah, I think we lost him
You
the
got
first
a
game.
memory, bro.
No, man, I'm just a Falcons fan.
I'm a Falcon fan too. I just don't remember that.
Okay. Man, you just called out a Steve Bartkowski play.
I know, but
All right,
certain
then.
things I can remember.
Exactly. We remember what we want.
Exactly.
And I wanted to remember that.
And I remember that. I don't remember. I don't
Elephant
remember
Man.
him being that far out of the season. The first
Yeah, I want to say it happened first.
For you to remember that, that's impressive.
It happened either the first or the second game of the year.
The only injury that I can remember back is Kenny Flowers, and you probably don't know who that is.
I mean, I know the name, but I can't tell you that I remember exactly when he got hurt.
Yeah, Kenny Flowers was a running back that we had in the 80s, and he was like super dope. And he tore his knee in preseason. And like he could have been great, but he never came back.
Yeah, man. Like that particular year, like we were set up to be really good at corner. We brought in Asante Samuel. We had Dante Robinson, and we had Grimes. And so that was going to put Dante Robinson in a position where he could have played slot.
We had Asante Samuel, bro.
That's the year we brought in Asante Samuel.
I forgot all about
in 2012. That's when we.
He only
brought
played
him.
1 year?
I can't remember if he stayed more than one, but that's the year that we brought him in. As far as I remember, we brought him in.
He
that
was
year.
dope.
Yeah, he was.
I didn't even know. I forgot we had him.
Yeah, we brought in Asante Samuel, and we would have had Asante Samuel, Dante Robinson, along with Brent Grimes. But anyway, man, as we talk about these famous Falcons versus the Saints interceptions, tell me one that sticks out to you.
Man, I remember Deion Jones. We Drew Brees about to go in the end zone. Man, this man jumped like Brett Grimes, bro. Jumps up in the end zone, picks it off, and lands on his back. Ooh, whoa. What do you remember about
Man, well, that particular game, they were getting ready to score. the Saints were in scoring position to win the game. We were right at the end of the game. And what I remember most about that game, it was a dude sitting next to me. He was a New Orleans Saints. Big dude. And every time Matt Ryan did something, he would jump up. He works for us. He plays for us. Every time
This was a night game, wasn't it?
Yes. Every time Matt Ryan had an incompletion, or Matt Ryan threw an interception, or Matt Ryan stumbled, fumbled, bumbled, whatever he did, this guy would jump up. He plays for us. He plays for us. He'll turn around and look at me. He plays for us. He plays for us. So here we go. End of the game. Drew Brees and the Saints about to score.
Okay.
Drew Brees drops back.
Okay.
It looked like the momentum was with him. He throws the pass. Deion Jones, I'm trying to look like the man floating. Looked like he was coming out the ground like Chris Brown on the BET Awards. Like the man was breaking, coming out the ground. He catches the pass, falls on his back. The Falcons had the game. I turned to him and said, he plays for us. Drew Brees plays for us. That man looked at me. He stood up. Him and his lady stood up. I said, look, man, it's all good. I put my hand out to dap him up. That man looked at my hand and walked off.
Dang.
Man, when he dapped me up, I said, man, it's all good. It's just sports. That man walked off, man. And then the other Falcons fans, they were just popping to him. They were talking so much trash to him as he left.
I wish you could have recorded that.
I was like, man, this dude was really, really, I'm talking about, man, he was really in his feelings, man. Deion Jones with the interception on Drew Brees, one of the great, then they had on those red uniforms.
Yeah.
I can't say I was a big fan of those.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but they stood out. Man, another one, though.
Shout
out to Debo, man. Shout out to 4-5 who used to play for the Falcons.
Yeah.
He was a player that I like, man.
I did too.
Debo and Devondre Campbell when they came, we had
and Keanu Neal.
Keanu Neal, yes, man, yes. Rookie year, Deion Jones.
Okay.
The year we went to the Super Bowl. We playing the Saints. Drew Brees again. This wasn't like a game-winning drive like the other one. They were going for a game-winning drive. They were down on the outside of the field. Saints look like they getting ready to score. Drew Brees drops back, or maybe he was already in the shotgun. Drops back, ball gets height, drops back, throws the pass. I think it got tipped. Deion Jones catches it and takes it to the house. 90-something
I remember
yards.
90-yard pick off Drew Brees.
90 yards. And so, as a Falcons fan, we going crazy. And this is one of our rookie linebackers. And we like, man, we got us a player. We have a player.
But wasn't Deion Jones the one that knocked Cam Newton off?
When?
Like, he the one that hurt Cam Newton, didn't he? Oh.
I can't remember.
Yeah, Deion Jones, man, like, a couple fourth downs. I remember Cam going to the right, and Deion Jones put it to him.
Man, he's fast.
And I think Cam got hurt, ain't never been the same since. And then came down to the end zone and tried to junk again to the left, and Deion Jones put it on him again. That's when I like, yeah, these Falcons fast.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, him and Devondre Campbell, boy, they can move.
Yeah.
They can move. I don't think Debo is in the league right now, man. But shout out to you, Debo, man. Salute you and salute Grimes, man.
Well, his injuries, right? It wasn't ability.
Yeah, it ain't like that he couldn't play.
Yeah.
I met Debo one time at Lenox Mall. I was riding through. I saw him. I rolled down the window. I said, Debo. He turned and looked like, man, who in the world is calling like this? I said, hey, man, Falcon fan. He came, dapped me up. I said, hey, man, keep doing your thing.
Okay.
And I pulled off. That was like, I want to say that was like 2018.
Okay.
2018. Good dude, man. Debo, if you see this, Brent Grimes, anybody cool with them, family with them, man, tell them, man, the Waterboyz Show rock with them, man. Come on,
the show.
Outside of my partner, Be Rich.
I'm just playing.
Same height as Brent Grimes.
I'm just playing, Grimes. I'm sorry. I want you on the show. I'm a fan, too. I just mad you went to the Bucks.
I mean,
he played good at the Bucks.
The Falcons let him go, though, bro. What was he supposed to do?
Stay. Take less money.
So this a question. Right? As much as you hate the Saints.
Yes.
You got a chance to go to the Saints to make some millies. We can say hypothetically as a player, hypothetically we can say in the front office, but you have the opportunity to make some money with the Saints.
I'm taking less money.
Are you gonna do it?
No. If it's just a couple mil off, no.
Okay, so say you can go somewhere else, or you can go somewhere else for like a meal. You can go somewhere, but you can go to the Saints for $5 million. Forget it, $10 million. $9 million difference.
To what team?
It don't matter.
I'm not going. I know you go.
You're gonna leave $9 million on the table.
Yeah, because I'm going to play that good that year. They're going to have to pay me next year.
Hey, man. You know what? If it's $9 million on the table, call me a spy. Because I'm going behind enemy lines. Give me that $9 million.
You gonna be a spy?
Man, hey.
You gonna give away the game?
Hey, call it whatever you got.
You gonna give away the games?
Hey, look, call it whatever you gotta call it to make yourself feel better about what I'm doing.
No, I'm asking.
But I'm going to get that $9 million. Let me tell you, I got a wife that I love. I got 2 kids to feed.
Okay.
I got a mother and a mother-in-law that I love. I got sisters and sister-in-laws that I love. We getting that $9 million, brother.
I got scenario. You're a kicker.
Okay.
You lead the Falcons to go to the Saints for $9 million.
Man, I'm kicking mad flavor in your ear. Call it Craig Mack.
He don't hear the scenario.
Okay. I thought you were just saying, would I go there for $9 million?
So you went to the Saints, right? You're playing the Falcons. You're for the Saints. You got your $9 million.
What's the game?
The NFC Championship. If you make the field goal, the Falcons not going to the Super Bowl. But if you miss,
do I have a ring?
I don't know.
If I don't have a ring, I'm kicking it down the middle.
Okay.
Call me Craig Mack.
You got a ring.
I'm kicking mad flavor in your ear.
Hold on.
I'm getting my ring, dog. I love the Falcons.
Hold on.
I gotta get my ring.
All right, you got a ring.
Okay, I gotta get my ring.
You got a ring. So you got a ring. Now you're kicking the field goal. It's gonna put us in the championship if you miss. What you gonna do?
So I already got me a ring.
You got you a ring.
And I got my $9 million.
Yes.
Call me wide right. Wide left.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about. Fuck the Saints.
But that's only if I already got me a ring. If I'm still chasing a ring, I gotta go out and accomplish what's out there for me. Just like everybody else is out there accomplishing what's out there for them.
Let me trade a scenario. All right, you out the playoff contention. If you make this field goal,
wide left, wide right, man.
Okay, all right.
Go Falcons.
All right, that's what I'm talking about.
Go Falcons, man.
Yeah, man.
Go Falcons, man. Go Falcons. But if it's $9 million on the table, man, call me Treyboy. Call me James Bond, brother Treyboy.
Speaking of that, do you think there has actually been an NFL player that grew up, his favorite team being his hometown team, and he plays against his hometown team, and he sacrifices the game because his love for his hometown team? You think that has happened?
No.
We don't know.
We don't know, but I don't, because at the end of the day, right, we talking hypothetical scenarios, we laughing, we having a good time. But at the end of the day, right, what you do with your life and who you are and how you go out into the world, that, and as a man, how we wake up as men every day and look into the mirror, that has to be at the forefront first. And so me as a man, what I'm out there doing and following through with the things that I've committed to, that means more than me. That means more to me.
I mean, I look at a lot of athletes, and I'm thinking like one in particular, like Ant-Man. I think Ant-Man, if he played the Hawks, he gonna want to beat him because he love the Hawks. You know, he Atlanta dude. So I can see like, athletes like they love their team. Like, man, I gotta beat them. Just because they love them.
That and like I said, man, you got to stand on the commitment that we wake up every day as men. Like shout out to the Falcons. I love the Falcons, but if I make a commitment, like I'm sure there are players who've ended up on the Saints who may have loved the Falcons, just like I'm sure there are players who played for the Falcons who may have, been fans of the Saints as kids. But at the end of the day, once you make a commitment as a man, I'm sure, I would hope every last one of them is men standing on their commitment.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. Forget that, man. Yeah, but now this a bigger thing, man. This a bigger thing. Hypothetically speaking. I can't really ask you that. So I want to ask the fans. I ain't gonna ask you.
Okay.
I want y'all to tell me, what do you think somebody would do? Say it's a person that's a big-time Falcons fanatic. They love the Falcons.
Okay.
Love the Falcons.
All right.
Big time, and they looking for a relationship. It's a lady looking for Mr. Right, or it's a man looking for Mrs. Right. And they feel like they have found that person. They are falling in love with them, and then out of nowhere, they find out that the person is a Saints fan.
Oh.
Should they keep the relationship? Or should they kick him to the curb?
I'm gonna keep the relationship because that'd be fun.
Okay, you gonna keep the relationship, but you gonna turn down $9 million?
Oh,
you done lost your mind.
Oh, hold on, I ain't hear that one. Where that come from?
Cause earlier you said you wouldn't take the $9 million, but you'll keep the relationship.
You said with a girl.
You just said you would keep the relationship, right?
But I didn't know it was $9 million involved.
It's not. I'm saying earlier you said you would pass on $9 million
to go play for the Saints.
But you would keep a relationship.
Yeah, because I ain't playing for the Saints.
Forget that, man. Forget that. That $9 million got to take over that, dog.
Huh?
That $9 million. So you gonna take a new relationship
I don't know.
over $9 million?
I don't know. I probably would take the money if I needed it.
You would.
Yeah.
I know you.
Yeah.
You definitely would take
it.
You have Saints gear and all kind of stuff right now.
Saints gear.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, for under
Hey, I'm trying, boy, you have all kind of Saints paraphernalia around the house, man. I'm telling you, man, you have all kind of Saints, man. What's going on to TikTok, man?
After it be on for a couple hours, man.
Man, what is going on over here, man? This guy, man.
I don't know. For some reason, after it be on for a couple hours, make you verify that you was on.
Man, but I'm telling you, man, it's so good to be in another football season with the Falcons getting ready to play the Saints, man.
We got to win, man. That's all I know.
Yeah, man. Well, guess what? We will. And you already know. I had to put together something special.
Oh.
Something special for the Saints.
I got to hear this.
I had to.
Okay, let's go.
I had to, man. Shout out to all the Falcon fans out there. I had to.
All right.
Now, I love the city of New Orleans.
No, you don't.
The shrimp po' boys and the tasty cuisine.
Yes, you do.
But if it's one thing I can't stand, it's that New Orleans Saints football team. I don't rock with them at all.
Nope.
I'm from East Atlanta. Are you crazy?
A-town.
And if that ain't plain, let me make it clearer. I'm a Falcons fan, baby.
Yeah.
We've been battling for years.
Yes.
Got some dubs, took some L's. But this year, when we beat down the Saints, won't be nothing left but a gumbo smell. Saints fans, don't you ever try to clown they the red and black team for the A.
Nope.
When one of the greatest rappers from your city don't even claim the Saints. Y'all done turned Lil Wayne to a lifelong fan of Green Bay.
Green Bay cheese.
So in the words of Deacon Waka Flocka, we about to go hard in the paint. Once again, it's crawfish eating time.
Ooh.
When the Falcons play the Saints.
Yum. I like that.
Man, we're gonna beat them boys, man.
Yeah, man.
We gonna beat them Saints, man.
Hey, you ate that.
Hey, man, we gonna beat them Saints, man. We're gonna beat them Saints, man. Look, man, it's such a good time. It's good to be here. It's good to be doing the show. This is our first Falcons and Saints week as sports media, my brother.
Hey, man, new sports media. I like that.
I didn't look at us as sports media, but the homie Carl Dukes, shout out to the OG, Carl Dukes, man. I'm talking about, man, the #1 sports show in the city of Atlanta. Man, he told us that we are part of the media.
Yes.
And so this is our first year doing anything sports related, podcast wise, in the media with the Falcons playing the Saints. So how do you feel overall about that? How does this moment feel for you? Just break that down. How does it feel being in the position that we're in?
Well, I mean, the first time I heard that, I remember Carl Duke said it, but Brandon Leak, when he was giving us a hard time about about me talking about
Brandon, he did say that.
And so he's like, you guys are part of new sports media. Man, it feels good, man. It feels good on a lot of reasons because, I have something to look forward to when I wake up. I do a lot more watching sports podcasts and sports television. And I like it, man. I like it a lot. I like when we go out to the events and people come up and say, man, I like what y'all doing. And it's consistent. And the hard work that us as a team, me, you, Swats, Aaron, that we're putting in to the show, and it's just us. And to know that some of we've been seen millions and millions of times through our hard work. That means a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, you was an artist. I always been behind the scenes, so you had a chance to put out your work and see. Now I see how it feels. And that feels great, man,
It does.
to have your voice be heard by a lot of people and people comment, good or bad. You know, and it's support. You know, like I know, you know, when we have fun and just, you know, talk shit, especially the one that's coming up in my mind is the Future and Sierra, which and Russell Simmons, which I don't have no problem with neither of them. I wanted Russell Simmons to come to the Falcons, to be honest with you. I like Future, I like Sierra, but it was fun. That was a fun clip we did, and I didn't mean nothing by it. I ain't apologizing for it. I'll do it again. But to do that and people respond positively and negatively, I like that. It's like, thank you for supporting the podcast.
I mean, that's what we hit them with every day.
Yeah.
That's what
But I feel good, Trey. I mean, I know it got to feel good for you, and I see you kind of like the stuff that you're learning, you know, with the editing. Now, you're doing it for more than just the podcast. You know, you're doing it for, you know, other things outside for your community, and I like that too.
Yeah, man. Mm-hmm. It's an amazing journey. I will say it feels really good for number one to be doing something with my partner. Mm-hmm. You know, something that we talked, that we actually did just being around each other or on the phone or on the tour bus back in the day. But to be doing something with you, to be doing something with Swats, two of my best friends in the world, that feels good. Just not really getting to know Aaron. Feels good to be working with somebody who takes things seriously the way we take it. Outside of his woe moments, But you know, to just be creating something that people are resonating with, to be doing something that the city of Atlanta is resonating with.
You know, and like another thing I'd like to give a shout out to is like, we like to talk about God. We're spiritual. You know, we give Him glory. But part of the reason that we're doing this show, that I'm doing it, and I chose to do it, you know, it's something I want to shout out. Is your mother, Miss Erlene. You know, she said to you, she had a dream about us like being very successful, making a lot of money. And I was like, yeah, you know, I thought we was gonna do it as a Playboy Trey, as an artist, and, you know, doing it that way. I really did. It's like I didn't know how, I didn't know when. But years later, I see her vision now. That's what she saw. It's this podcast. And shout out to you, Miss Erlene, for believing in us. And my mom as well for believing in us. We receive your prayers and we thank you for that. And we do give glory to God for everything that we do. For real. Thank you.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. And I say, like, to anybody out there, right? Just go do what you love, right? Mm-hmm. Just start creating. Mm-hmm. Like, no matter who you are, just start creating. It feels good to be able to create. Yeah. Like, it won't be perfect.
No,
everything
we
not
perfect. All the time, like you'll say, like you know, we hold each other on high standards, and you definitely, you know, hold on high standards about some of the things I wouldn't, and vice versa. And you know, it feels good to see professional athletes come to us and say, "Man, who y'all got behind y'all? Who's sponsoring y'all, man? Because you know, I want ours to look like that." And it's like, man, we think this sucks. Like, you know, we're not where we want to be. But for a lot of people to say the consistent same thing about the way our clips look, the way our podcast look, man, it goes to say that I'm happy with that. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm glad that we gonna get there.
Definitely. And like I was saying, like, just go and do it. Like, it won't be perfect. It won't start off at the mountaintop. You're gonna have to climb your way up. But, you know, nothing starts out perfect. You know, you have to just keep working, just believing in what you're doing, and just know we were all put here to do something.
Yeah, for
we were all put here to do something meaningful. And it doesn't matter what that is to you. Find it and then do it. That's the thing I'm most proud of. I feel like right now, with this and other things that I'm doing and things that you're doing, I feel like that we walking in some of the things that we're supposed to do. And people might say, what, podcasting? No, I'm talking about creating. I'm walking in the fact that I was made a creator. I'm walking in the fact that God gave me the talent to create. Man. And I'm using that talent. And He put us all here to be creators. Yeah. So use that to the best of your ability, no matter what that is. It doesn't matter if you want to be a chef. It doesn't matter if you want to be a podcaster. It doesn't matter if you just want to be the best father in the world and you come up with great games to help your kids learn. It's all about creating things that help others. Because every time we create something, it helps others. And so when I look at our podcast, I do look at each episode as we're putting out something that is going to hopefully make someone laugh, hopefully give someone some kind of entertainment, some kind of enjoyment. So I feel like whatever we're doing things that is helping people. And for y'all that don't know, our business and podcast was really developed out of pain. The pain that Atlanta Falcon fans have gone through for years.
Yeah.
And so only true people from Atlanta understand the pain that we have been through. And so we're able to share that story with other people. Yes, the Waterboyz Show was built out of pain that only Atlanta Falcon fans and Atlanta Hawks fans and Atlanta Braves fans can feel. And guess what? That's why we can talk to the people.
Yeah.
And that's why the saying that's why the saying is, and it always will be. We represent Atlanta because Atlanta represents us.
A-Town, you see the A on the hat, baby?
We represent Atlanta because Atlanta represents us.
Hey, don't get it twisted, man. We love the Falcons, the Hawks, the Braves, the
Atlanta United,
all of them.
Georgia Tech, Bulldogs. Man, we rolling with everything. Georgia State, Georgia Southern. If you're Georgia, we gonna roll with you. Now we might like one more than the other. But the Dream, the Atlanta Dream, like we rolling with everything. We may be more.
We rolling with Rush, baby.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We may be more emotionally invested in one over the other, but we still support every last thing. So, man, on behalf of us, Atlanta, we love you. We're going to beat down the Saints. New Orleans Saints fans, we love your city, but we're going to beat your team. Shout out to Atlanta. Shout out to everybody that represents Atlanta, man. We getting ready to get up out of this thing. We love you.
Hold on, Trey.
What?
Fuck them Saints. And we out.